Okay, good everyone. So, L-Glutamine, what is it and do we need it? But firstly, I will just explain, I have used it. For the minute, I'm currently not using it. I'll explain why and what I think and what sort of effects it did. But firstly, we'll just go into a little bit about what it is. So, L-Glutamine is the most abundant amino acid in our bodies. Now I'm going to read some of this info off of a website at the minute. It's Dr. Josh Axe. His website, I'll put the link down below. I've scoured the internet when I first started looking at taking this supplement. I scoured the internet for different information on it, all the rest of it. His was pretty good. Was pretty much the same as all the others. Some are for it, some are completely against it, and the ones that are against it say basically not that there's anything wrong with it, because it is naturally in our bodies anyway. It's just the fact that they say it doesn't work, it doesn't help recover muscles, it doesn't help with your immune system, all the rest of it. Whereas and then the ones that say it's good say pretty much all the same things, that they do X, Y, Z, and they all help towards people that are doing excessive exercise and endurance training, you know, weightlifting, all that sort of things. So firstly, we will go in and have a look at some of the top things that it is good for you in your system. So according to this website here, I'll just read it off. 10 proven L-glutamine benefits. Improves gastrointestinal health, because it's vital for nutrients for the intestines to rebuild and repair. Helps with ulcers and leaky gut. Is an essential neurotransmitter in the brain and helps with memory, focus and concentration. Also helps improve IBS and diarrhea. Promotes muscle growth and decreases muscle wasting. Now that's the important one, is the muscle wasting, especially when you're doing a lot of endurance work like we do on the bike with the cyclists. Okay. Improves athletic performance and recovery from endurance exercise, again cycling. Improves metabolism and cellular detoxification. Curbs the craving for sugar and alcohol, fights cancer, improves diabetes and blood sugar. So there's some of the things that it's good for. Now, the foods you can find it in. So the highest L-glutamine foods include things like bone broth, grass-fed beef, spirulina, Chinese cabbage, cottage cheese, asparagus, broccoli, wild-caught fish, cod, tuna and salmon, venison and turkey. It does say here L-glutamine can be found in animal proteins such as meats and dairy, along with plant-based protein sources such as beans, raw spinach, parsley, red cabbage, although the plant proteins are not as easily digestible as the animal proteins. Okay, so here's some bits on L-glutamine improves energy and athleticism. So doing approximately 1 hour of exercise can cause 40% reduction of glutamine in the body and suppress the immune system function. This has a negative impact on your resistance training and may lead to overtraining syndrome. In addition, supplementing your diet intake with glutamine is an excellent method of boosting your immune system and improves the ability to fight infection and diseases. Glutamine may also be beneficial for long-distance athletes by boosting the immune system T helper cells. Studies have indicated that this increase in T helper cells may reduce the stresses associated with overtraining. Okay, so now we know a little bit about it and we've done a little bit of read up on the benefits of it, all the rest of it. What do I honestly think from someone that has taken it? Okay, so I've been on it for 7 months and now I'm off it. All right, I don't use it anymore and I'm thinking of going back on it. So just put that into perspective first. So my first thoughts are, as far as performance goes, I don't think there is any increase in performance actually on the bike. So on the bike performance, I don't feel myself that there is any great performance enhancement with me taking it to when I've not taken it. So that side of it, I don't think made a scrap of difference to me. The one area I do think it's made a difference, and look, I don't know for sure, there's no scientific proof of this, I haven't been to medical centres before and after or anything like that, so I don't know, I'm just going on how I think I feel when I'm recovering, is the recovery stage. So I think maybe my recoveries from hard training sessions are slightly quicker whilst I was using the L-Glutamine as opposed to when I'm not using it. Now, as I say, I've been off it now for about 4.5 to 5 weeks, and when I did a ride on Saturday, on Sunday just gone, it was 88 k's, went pretty hard. It's this ride you see in the video now, and we were going pretty hard, doing some efforts here and there. I'm still feeling the effects of that today. It's Tuesday, so I'm still, my legs, I mean, look, they're not bad, they're not sore, they're not dying, I'm not about to fall over or anything, but I know I worked on it. I know I worked pretty hard. Whereas I think when I was using the L-Glutamine, I would have recovered a bit quicker. So that is the only benefit I can see, unless there's other things that are going on in my system that you obviously just can't see, as far as your gut goes and your immune system, all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I know one thing is for sure, when you're doing a lot of excessive training, strength training, a lot of cycling, endurance work, all that sort of stuff, it does batter your immune system. It definitely batters it around a lot, and because you're doing so much exercise, you need to eat a lot more, so then your digestive system obviously gets a bit of a battering as well. So maybe it's helped in that way. Not 100% sure, can't guarantee that. The only thing I can feel myself is the recovery side of it. You may say to yourself, but how do I know the recovery? Well, when you do a lot of endurance work and resistance training, all that sort of stuff, you start to get a feel for how your body is feeling. You start to get to know when you've worked yourself to your max, and you start to get to know, you know, when you've done a heavy training session, you start to feel your body, you start to know when it's repairing and when you're recovering and how long your recoveries are taking, and that I'm going on that basis only. So apart from the recovery, I can't honestly say whether or not anything else has been improved. I am going to go back on it to give it one little more study before I jack it in completely. I'm going to go back on it now. I'll start it again tomorrow, and I will do that for about 5 or 6 weeks, and we will see then if I feel that my recoveries are increasing again, if the recoveries are getting faster. So I'll put another video on in about 5 or 6 weeks time, and we'll see if my recoveries are a bit quicker, and I'll be as honest as I can with it. As I say, I'm only going on how I feel. So that is it from me. If you are going to look at taking any supplement like L-Glutamine, whatever, as far as I know, as I've said, there are no side effects. There certainly weren't with me. But before you do, if you've got a medical condition of any sort, like I've got a mechanical valve and I'm on warfarin, if you've got anything like that, you've got any concerns, before you do it, go and see your doctor. Don't take my advice. I am not an expert on this. I'm just letting you know from my personal experience. It doesn't mean because I feel I got a benefit from the recovery side of it, it doesn't mean you will. We are all different, and you need to do it for you. Whatever you're doing, your diet, whatever, it needs to be specific for you, no one else. So if you're going to go on to it, you got any concerns, any questions, whatever, see your doctor before you do it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. That is it, and see you on the next one.